Good morning, Lady Bell. Welcome to Marriage Boot Camp 2019. Unbelievable. Sunday, December 15th, 2019. We 349 days deep. Just 16 days left this year. Crazy. 16 days, Lady Bell. 349 days deep. Sunday, December 15th, 2019. Here we go again. Right back at it. We're going to take our time this morning because we got to talk. It's some things that got to be said. It's some things that got to be done. Lady Bell laughed at me this morning. I was cracking a few jokes before we came live here. But we got to talk. We've been talking. We're going to stick to it. I'm going to say this one more time. We get all the questions. Lots of questions about money. We're going to talk about that. We get lots of questions about sex. We are going to talk about that. But we've been laying the foundation. We've been laying the foundation of all that. Because before we talk to y'all about sex, before we talk to y'all about money, what good is us talking to y'all about sex and money if y'all can't talk to each other? If a man can't talk to his wife, what good is me telling you you should be having 2 or 3 sex 2 or 3 times a week? If you can't sit down and have a conversation with her about having sex at least 2 or 3 times a week. What good is me and Vicky talking about money? My money is her money is my money, and then you can't talk to your wife about it. We need to talk. We need to talk. Y'all need to talk. Man, you need to sit down and talk to your wife. That's what we've been talking about. Planning a wedding, but you don't plan the marriage. Planning a wedding, but you don't plan the wedding. No matter what, when it's all said and done today, you need to talk. You need to talk to your wife. We can talk to everybody else. We really don't even talk to everybody else because everybody's texting now. You can't say 2 words to your wife, but you can talk to Alexa. Alexa, turn to this channel. Alexa, do this. Siri, do this. We don't even want to talk to each other, but we can talk to the phone. We can talk to Siri and we can talk to Alexa. Did I say it right? It's Alexa. But we need to talk. I'm going to take my time, Lady Bell. We need to talk. Like we said, a lot of people don't want to talk because of the pain we've been through, the problems that we've been through, the pressure that we're under. Everybody got pain. Everybody got problems. Everybody got pressure. We need to talk. You need to talk. Before 2020 comes in, you need to talk. You need to make a plan. If you're planning on 2020 being any different than 2019, you need to make a plan. You need to talk. Why don't we want to talk? Why is everybody scared to talk? Why is this dude scared to sit down and talk to his wife? Because when you sit down and talk, you got to deal with truth. You got to deal with pain. You got to deal with problems. A lot of times we don't want to hear the truth. The wife can tell the husband his truth. She can tell the husband what he did wrong and what he said wrong and everything he did wrong. The wife has no problem with telling the husband that. But a lot of times I see when it's time for the man to tell the truth, the wife don't want to hear it. She just don't want to hear it. She don't want to talk about it. Well, today we're going to talk about some pain. We're going to talk about some problems. We're going to talk about some pressure. Everybody has them. I don't care what she did. I don't care what he did. You need to make a plan. Everybody got a plan. Let's go back to Adam. Adam had a plan. Adam had a plan handed to him by God himself. Here you go, Adam. Here goes the plan. Adam, I done laid everything out for you. Everything is done, Adam. All you got to do is stick to the plan, Adam. You got rivers running through. You got silver and gold. You got trees. Oh, Adam, you're missing one thing. You need to help me. I'm going to give you a help me, Adam, but here goes the plan. Adam needed to talk. Adam said, she's bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. I will call her woman. Everybody get ups and down about was Adam right, was Eve right? They needed to have a conversation. Now, did they have a conversation other than when they was passing the fruit? Here, Adam, eat of this. Adam had a plan, lady. Adam I don't know. I'm not going to read into that. But if Adam told her the plan, if she knew the plan, if they knew the plan, let's say he didn't tell her the plan. That's Adam's fault. He should have told her the plan. He should have told her, this is the plan. Let's stick to the plan. They didn't stick to the plan. Now they fail. Now there go Adam. You had a plan, but you still fail. All of us men are going to fail. All of us women are going to fail.
At some point in time.
At some point in time, somebody's going to make a mistake. Somebody's going to come up short. Somebody's not going to stick to the plan. Oh, the plan, it's easy to write the plan for some of us, but sticking to the plan, implementing the plan. A lot of people don't write a business plan, but it didn't go no farther than that. A lot of people don't write a budget plan, but it didn't go no further than that. A lot of people don't write a family plan, but it didn't go no further than that. Once you write the plan, you got to stick to the plan. You got to implement the plan, but remember, it's going to be some setbacks. It's going to be some shortcomings. You got to implement the plan, but once you implement the plan, what are you going to do? You have to talk. Nobody wants to talk. When you implement the plan, let me jump ahead there, Lady Bell. Mike Tyson said, when Mike Tyson was knocking everybody out, Mike Tyson, everybody said they got a plan. Mike, they got a plan to fight you, Mike. They got a plan to beat you, Mike. Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan till they get punched, till you get punched by this brick, till you get hit with this uppercut. See, so if you got a plan, you're going to get hit. But if you got a plan, you can always revert back to the plan. Excuse me.
Oh, that didn't even show.
If you got a plan, you can always revert back to the plan. But if you ain't got no plan and you get sucker punched, you in trouble. If you ain't got a plan and you get hit by that right hook, you in trouble. Noah had a plan given to God himself. Noah, I'm tired of everything, Noah. Built this boat. You and your family going to get in it. Y'all, it's going to rain for 40 days and for 40 nights. On the other side of the rain, Noah, I got a new covenant for you and your family, Noah. Stick to the plan, Noah. But see, Noah got frustrated. I think Noah got frustrated, Vicky. He was on that boat for 40 days and 40 nights with that wife and them kids, and I think it drove him kind of crazy. First thing Noah did when he got off that boat, he built him a vineyard. Noah said, I've been stuck on this boat with this woman and these kids. I need me a drink. And Noah built a vineyard. After he had a plan, Noah didn't stick to the plan. He got drunk. Then y'all know the story about his son and then the curse and all of that. Even though you have a plan, you're going to get sucker punched. You're going to come up short, but you have to talk. We don't want to talk. We don't want to make a plan. Abraham had a plan given to him by God himself. These dudes have plans right out of the mouth of God. And you think your husband ain't going to fall short? You think your husband ain't going to slip up? You think your husband can't take a punch? Adam, Noah, now Abraham. Abraham, as far as the sand is on the beach, as many as the stars are in the sky, you will be the father of many nations, Abraham. Sarah, you are going to be the mother of many. But see, that was God's plan. We're going to bring forth a child, and will you allow me to see pleasure with my husband in this old age? That's what Sarah said, and she laughed. See, they got impatient. They didn't want to wait on the blessing. So Sarah said, "Take my handmaiden." That wasn't part of the plan. That wasn't part of the plan, Sarah. The many going to come through you, Sarah. By you and Abraham, Sarah. They didn't stick to the plan. Sarah knew the plan. Abraham told Sarah the plan. Sarah got impatient. Then after Sarah got impatient, all this nonsense started. Now who mad? Sarah mad. get rid of her and her son. See, we need to talk and make a plan. Y'all don't even want to take, because problems are going to come. You better have a plan. Pains are going to come. You better have a plan. Pressure are going to come. You better have a plan. It's easier to maneuver through it when you got a plan. Can you imagine being sucker punched with no plan? Can you imagine being uppercut with no plan? They say the average person, if it's a $500 hiccup in their budget, not even a $100 hiccup, if your car breaks down, your furnace go out, your air conditioner go out, your hot water tank go out, you get a flat tire, a doggone new tire on a decent car costs $180. If you're going to get a decent tire, and you ain't got that planned in your budget, now the whole budget is all jacked up. Because y'all don't want to sit down and make a budget. Y'all don't, because you're going to get sucker punched. You gotta have a financial budget. See, I know it's hard. See, you don't want to talk about a budget because we see it every day. We talk to couples all the time. She's still doing her financial thing. He's doing his financial thing. And they got what they call a house kitty. You pay half the mortgage, I pay half the mortgage, you pay half the bill, I pay half the bill. You worry about your car notes and your credit card, I worry about my car notes and my credit card. 1 plus 1 equals 1. That ain't 1 plus 1 equals 1. Why did you get married if you still gonna keep your money to yourself? You still gonna keep how much you make to yourself. He gonna keep how much he make to himself. And then y'all gonna split the bill. Well, you know, we had one friend where he paid the mortgage and she paid all the utilities. I said, well, what's gonna happen if he loses his job? Who gonna pay the mortgage? She said, well, he better figure it out. Well, if she lose her job, who gonna pay all the utilities? Well, she better figure it out.
That's what she said.
I figured y'all don't work together. I'm going to say this one more time in 2019. My money is her money. Her money is my money. Our money is our money. How are you going to work out a plan when you keep on keeping financial secrets? You see, Adam had a plan. It was a hiccup. Adam got kicked out the garden. They had everything. You married the dude and he had everything. You married Tyrone, he had everything. Tyrone had that nice house. He had 2 cars in his driveway. Marry me, girl, you can drive that one. You can take that one. Don't worry about it, girl. I'm paying all the bills. You ain't got to worry about nothing and nothing, girl. Just say I do. Hey, girl, you can keep your money. Just say I do. Oh, my God. Now Tyrone got hit with a sucker punch. Tyrone done lost his job. Tyrone done lost his house. Tyrone done lost both cars. Now what you gonna do, Keisha? Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden. If you read chapter 3 of Genesis, when they got kicked out of the garden, in chapter 4, they got kicked out at the end of chapter 3. It said he got kicked them out, shut the gate, and put 2 chairs to guard that they could not get back in. In chapter 4, verse 1, chapter 4, verse 1, after Adam lost everything, read it. And the Bible said Adam knew his wife, and she conceived. After Adam lost everything, Eve gave him some. It's going to be all right, baby. I got something for you. See, maybe after instead of getting mad that he lost his job, put a little something on him to relax his mind, to make him at ease. And he already upset. Moses had a plan. He's going to go to the promised land. Speak to the rock, Moses. Speak to your wife, Tyrone. Speak to your wife, Robert. We don't want to speak. Moses didn't make it to the promised land because he was supposed to speak to the rock, but no, he wanted to hit the rock. David, the second king, chosen by God as a young man, had a plan. God had a plan for him since he was a young man. Stick to the plan, David. You got to make a plan to stick to the plan. You got to talk. We don't want to talk. Stick to the plan. The second king of Israel. They say the greatest king of Israel. He had a plan. He had a plan. He became king. But because he did not go out to war, his eyes got caught on something he shouldn't have been caught on. Your husband might get distracted. I might get distracted. Anybody can get distracted. And then not only did he get distracted, now bring forth a child, now he got to kill his buddy. He didn't stick to the plan. See, everybody got a plan, and some people ain't got a plan. But even when you do got a plan, and these two had plans right out of the mouth of God. They had plans right out of the mouth of God. You don't understand the battle your husband have to deal with. You don't understand the battle that your husband have to fight. These men had plans right out of the mouth of God, and they all fell short. They all fell short, Vicky. Right out of the mouth of God. And you ain't got a plan. You don't want to sit down and talk to God. You don't want to sit down and talk to your wife. You don't want to get a plan together. And then when you get hit by Mike Tyson, everybody got a plan till they get hit. Everybody got a plan till life sucker punch you. Everybody got a plan till marriage hit you in between the eyes. What's the old saying about marriage? Love is blind, but marriage would open up both your eyes. The stuff that you close your eyes to, but once you get married, when you didn't want to look at it before you got married, now your eyes is wide open. Now you got to deal with her truth. Now she got to deal with your truth. You better talk. We don't want to talk. And you know why we don't want to talk? We want to talk to God. Listen, young dudes. Listen, young dudes. I'm talking to my young dudes over 40. Because dudes like me, over 48 and 50, that been going to church 20, 25 years, been listening to that church mumbo jumbo, talking about pray 2-3 hours a day, read the Bible 2 or 3 hours a day. Them guys ain't doing it. Them guys ain't doing it. They talking. Because if they're reading the Bible 2 or 3 times a day, 2 or 3 hours a day, they praying 2 or 3 hours a day, trust me, the divorce rate at my age, these dudes wouldn't be getting divorced. I'm talking about dudes in the church. I'm talking about dudes who I've been worshiping with, going to church with for 20 and 30 years. Listen, young dudes, when people see, a lot of people want to say they talking to Jesus all the time. Oh, Jesus is my rock. No, they're hiding behind the rock. Jesus is a rock that you can stand on. Jesus is a rock of my foundation. But see, people want to hide behind the rock. People want to say Jesus is a strong tower. A strong tower is that you get up in the tower and you can look out and see what's happening around you. A lot of people want to just get in the tower and hide. A lot of people don't even want to go in the tower. They want to hide behind the tower. A lot of people always talking about they hide, they with the rock, they hide in the tower, they're hiding. They don't want to deal. You're not talking to Jesus 2 or 3 hours a day. You're not praying 2 or 3 hours a day, and you can't talk to your wife for 5 minutes?
It's almost impossible. If you're working every day, you're coming home, you're cooking, you're taking care of the kids, when are you spending all this time with the Lord? In your car, going to work, coming back from work? It's just almost impossible unless you're not working.
Unless you're not working. Unless you're that dedicated. And you that dedicated and you that disciplined. I'm learning. One thing, me and Vicky went to a gym years ago. One thing I learned about that trainer, probably one of the greatest trainers in Cleveland, everybody's imitating her, it was discipline. If you came to her gym, you lost weight because she demanded discipline. She demanded discipline in your workout. You have to come to the gym and work out. She demanded discipline in your eating habits. You had to stick to the plan. You had to stick to the eating plan. She demanded discipline in your weighing in. You had to weigh in on a weekly schedule. She disciplined us. She did. A lot of people imitated her, but you go to those gyms, they're not losing the weight. No. They're not disciplined. No. We went to that gym, we saw people lose 40, 50, 60. I know at least 20 people lost over 100 pounds.
Yes, they did.
She changed people's lives with discipline. Now, you can't tell me you're reading the Bible 2 or 3 hours a day, 2 or 3 hours a day, praying 2 or 3 hours a day, but you can't work out for 10 minutes. You can't work out for 15 minutes. You can't push yourself away from the table. You can't lose 10 pounds. Ain't nowhere in the world you praying 2 or 3 hours a day, reading the Bible 2 or 3 hours a day, but you can't talk to your wife. You can talk to God for 5 minutes and God ain't tap you on your shoulder and said, I'm tired of talking to you. Go talk to your wife. And I'm going to wrap up unless you got something to say.
Yeah, I got something I want to say. I want to say something to the young ladies because I remember when we were newly married and we were heavily in the church. And a lot of times I would hear women say, oh, I spent this much time before the Lord and I went in my prayer closet. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how did they do this? You know, because I was working, I had kids. I come home, we had
4 kids.
Yeah, we had 4 children, but not just the 4 children, trying to help them with their homework and getting ready for the next day and preparing meals. It was utterly impossible for me as a working wife and mother to spend that much time before the Lord. I would get my prayer time in, I would study my word, but don't get caught up in listening to the holy people saying that they're spending all this time and you start getting convicted in your heart. You and your husband get on the same page and you guys have a conversation and come up with a prayer life. Come up with the time to study the word. Robert used to study the word with me. He used to pray with me and the kids before we would get up earlier, just a few minutes earlier, and he would have devotion with us and we would study the word before the kids went off to school, before I went off to work, and before he went off to work. It was what was it? Purpose-Driven Life. That was one of the books that we studied with the kids before we went off to work. So, you know, when we talk about having a plan, we're talking about a practical plan. A lot of times it's said that marriage was created in heaven, but it's walked out here on earth. And when you're walking it out here on earth, you have to deal with the day-to-day drama here on earth. And you just have to, as my husband is saying, make a plan and stick to it. The Bible talks about right division and make it plain. That's what we're talking about this morning.
And as we getting ready to sign off here, I lost my train of thought, but no big deal. Make a plan. Stick to the plan. And we're going to wrap up on that note. Team Bell, 1 + 1 will always be
1.
2 is bigger, but it's still
1.
1,000, but 2
10,000.
Make a plan. Stick to the plan. Good morning, good morning, good morning.